Okay guys, I'm back. Now, I told you because my son, my camera guy is gone. So this is the Fermzilla. And this is a really cool, inexpensive way to ferment your beer. And you can do it under CO2 instead of just regular airlock. Okay. And then once you do it under CO2, you don't have to do priming sugar. You can cold shock it, put it in your fridge, and then tap it and drink it straight away. Okay, so that's the actual container. 36 psi is what is recommended to charge it under. This is the lid, and as you can see, that ball floats on top, connected. Oh, where are we at? Connected right there. So you got your CO2 fill here, and then you have your discharge line right here. All right. Hang on. So now what I do, I'm gonna turn my pump off so I don't spray beer all over my deck. All right. Turn the pump off. Your water's still cooling. You take your discharge line from your brewer, from your mash and boil, stick it down in there, stick it down in, stick it down inside there. Okay. Your water's still circulating in your cooler, so everything's still getting, your wart's getting cooled down really quick. Turn your pump back on. And there we go. Yeah, the glare's terrible. I'm gonna try going on top. There we go. Yeah. Oh. And there's my kitty cat. My kitty cat Layla, she's just got to be around everywhere. She's my beer cat. So anyway, and then this is how you fill up the Fermzilla. See how dark that beer actually turned out? It turned out really well. So that's the Fermzilla, guys. The Fermzilla. Sorry, don't have a camera guy. I gotta do this stuff myself. So that's the Fermzilla, and that's the Brewer's Edge mash and boil with a pump. If you're even thinking about getting the Brewer's Edge mash and boil, spend a couple extra bucks and get it with the pump. The pump is just, it's fantastic. Because if you get one of these cooling down coils to cool your wort, it'll cut 4 or 5 hours out of your brew schedule. Easy. Serious. And if you're curious about the Fermzilla, go online, look at it. Pickled Peppers Hop Shop. They have, I got all this from Tyson at the Pickled Pepper Hop Shop. I got the Fermzilla, I got the wort cooler, I got the Brewer's Edge. The only thing I didn't get was a pay raise. We'll have to talk to him about that one. Hey, oh, and you see this? Send him an email. I didn't even get a t-shirt. Anyway, ta-ta for now. Enjoy, guys. So, for those of you that are actually really interested in the Brewer's Edge and making brewing your beer a whole lot more convenient, easier, comfortable, I would suggest you make this investment. if you're only doing a gallon or two at the most every month, then this probably isn't the way you want to go. But if you're like me, on the average, I do best guess about 20 gallons a month, and I bottle it up, I keg it up now thanks to the local brew shop here. But so if you're going to invest in one of these Brewer's Edge mash and boil, once you get done pumping your wort to your fermentation container, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be a Fermzilla, it could be a 5-gallon bucket, it could be a carboy, irrelevant, doesn't matter. But what you're going to end up is you're still going to have all the best filters and, you know, screens and everything else. You're going to have a bunch of sludge back down in the bottom of your Brewer's Edge. So while your hose is still on for this piece of magic, this coil, fill it about, I don't know, 3 gallons full. And if you're going to dump it off the edge of your deck like I just did, remember, move your tomato plants first, because you don't want to dump all that sludge and crap and everything else onto your plants, which I just went and did. Okay. Then you hook your pump line back up like I just did here. This is your pump, and you take your hose line, which is still running, still watering my tomatoes, see? Still watering my tomatoes. And you fill your Brewer's Edge back up about half full. You know, it doesn't need to be full. You just want to be able to clean it. So you fill it back up with water, and this will allow you to do two things. It'll kill two birds with one stone. You can clean your pot, you can clean your boil, and you can clear your cooling line also. So I actually do this twice, and this is just something I figured out, something I do. I figured it out on my own. I really had no help because I didn't want to ask. But I fill it up about halfway, and then I turn it on to about 180, 190 degrees and let it heat up. And I clean my pot and I pump it off through the coil. What that allows you to do is that allows you to clean your coil out also, and your pot. All the time you're watering your garden. Hold on, I gotta go turn my hose off. Okay, I'm back. So then what I do is I turn my pot back on. I set it to, like I said, about 180, 185, 186. And I set it and let that water heat up. So you get your hot water again. You can scrub your pot out. Only use a sponge. You don't want to scratch it. Because if you leave scratches in there, you're going to leave bacteria, which even sanitizers will not kill. Just a sponge or a washcloth or what have you. Once you get your pot clean, you turn your pump on, and that'll pump everything through the pump, the pot, and also your coil. It'll clean your coil out with hot water, almost boiling hot water. And then what I do, don't ever run your pump dry. And then I add about another 2 gallons of water, and I put sanitizer in there. and I run the sanitizer through the pump and through the coil, and it sanitizes the coil, so the next time I go to use it, it's already sanitized. I don't have to mess with it. I can just start brewing beer. Isn't that what it's about? Brewing beer. So a couple of short things on the inside will make the front side a hell of a lot easier and quicker. And if you do that every time, you're always going to be ready. Once my coil's sanitized, then I drain it, stick it in a garbage bag, set it aside, so when I go to grab it, I know it's already sanitized. I don't have to deal with that. I know my pump's sanitized. I don't have to deal with that. So hey, it's a pretty good world with this Brewer's Edge. It made my life so much more simpler and cut my brewing time down by at least 4 hours. At least 4 hours. And no ice. And as you can see, I still don't have a t-shirt. Ta-ta.